Periscope. We love the Periscope. You know what? I realized I didn't emphasize enough. So what you're seeing right here, so the car's driving right now. What you're seeing here is open source, and you can build it today. You can go to our GitHub. There's our device, the comma Neo, which you can build. There's also a company called Neo Driven selling our comma Neo. And that's the hardware component. The software component is called openpilot, and it is free and open source. So I think it's really important to emphasize that this is what you're seeing here is real. You can go and get this today on your Acura ILX or your Honda Civic, and it'll drive, man. So it's driving now. That guy's a little close to the lane line. But yeah. Ate my Whopper. It was pretty good. Got a chicken sandwich, and they put mayo on my chicken sandwich, which was no good. I said I'd try to find a better place to mount it. I didn't really have any ideas. I'm open to suggestions. Yeah, but open pilot, bros. All right, now I have to figure out where I want to get off this highway to. Sacramento, Fairfield. I did this once where I ended up going to Sacramento and not doing the 550 cut across. I believe it's the 550 because I got my Periscope up. And oh, guess what else I have fixed, which I'm really excited about. So the internet, for some reason, my Drive PX2 lost its IP address. Which is kind of sketchy. I mean, look, like Ubuntu does a really bad job of, well, it's not that Ubuntu does a bad job. Ubuntu itself does a good job, but if you put things like Etsy network interfaces, network manager, and then I think like NVIDIA's got some other thing running on this, the internet breaks, which sucks. But I now have Spotify back on my large touchscreen, which is nice, and I'm very excited about Spotify. Oh, user distracted. That's right, I was distracted. How did it know? Do I speak French? No, I don't. What do I think about French? I don't know. I don't speak French. Yeah, now we got some music, bros. This is better. Sitting in a car, you know that song Car Radio by 21 Pilots? That is what, they describe it very well when your radio doesn't work. Drop an iOS jailbreak. They're worth like $1 million now. Again, and now I know how to. There we go. No. Focus. There we go. How long am I driving? 3 hours. I got a date tonight in Chico. So if y'all want to drive with me, welcome. Oh, traffic. Luckily, we got openpilot. Makes traffic easy. It's open source. You can download it on our GitHub, github.com/comma.ai. Is the music good quality at all? Drop a freestyle. Yo, that's a lot of time what I do when I'm in the car by myself. I try my best to freestyle. Nah, I sound stupid. Sometimes I get real good freestyles and I'm like, damn, I wish I could only have the good freestyles. Oh, now you get to see that, yeah. So this is my Discover Weekly. It's a mix of like emo music and rap music and all the best kinds of music. We got some cars up here, gotta pay attention. Have I looked at Tesla's autopilot? No, I don't own a Tesla. I tried to buy a Tesla, and the Cold War track. I get distracted too easily with this Periscope. Not like from driving, I just mean like from what I'm saying, right? You know, it's kind of hard to keep a train of thought while you're also driving a car. It's interesting, you know, like the whole dynamics of Open again. Alright, let's change the music. I was feeling that 303. Let's go back to that. So I'm running x86 Spotify on my ARM64 in QEMU. So it's really slow and crappy. And I think the Spotify Linux app has some bug where if you use it with a touchscreen, it breaks X. Oh yeah, there we go. What do I think about Neo-Driven? Neo-Driven is cool. They sell Neos. What do I think of Martin Shkreli? Martin Shkreli is banned from Twitter, and that's sad because I enjoyed following him on Twitter. What's QT? Oh, there's QT. No, it can't just be QT because okay, QT like yeah. Spotify and Linux does use QT, I believe. But it can't just be QT because it actually breaks like other windows from working. So maybe it has something to do with the interaction with GNOME or I don't know. I don't actually know that much about X Windows. But they should, if someone from Spotify is watching, they should build an ARM64. Yeah, no, I know. Nokia. Nokia. That's what I say the car companies are going to be like, man. I mean, like, you have to think about it, right? Look at Nokia, look at BlackBerry. And the real irony is it's going to be the high-end car companies that like really think they're going to solve self-driving themselves that really suffer from this. Because the low-end car companies are going to be much quicker to adopt Android. I mean, that's what we are. So we make this software called openpilot. openpilot is an open source version of Tesla Autopilot. It's what's driving the car that I'm in right now. And some car companies are going to embrace openpilot, and they're going to be like the companies that embraced Android, right? Like they're going to be the Samsungs and even the HTCs. I mean, would you rather be HTC or Nokia today? Like you can say HTC's not doing great, but Nokia was written off entirely as a loss, right? Nokia did other things too, like, but really the phones is where they lost it. Symbian OS, I had one of those in high school. You said something. Gotta remind me what you said. Oh, 90% of commutes by 90%. Maybe. It's gonna be a stretch. It depends on how well our mapping stuff starts coming together. So we have 6 minutes. So that's 6 minutes on openpilot. If you don't interact with the car for 6 minutes, it beeps and it has you take control. All right, Vacaville in 9 miles. I have to turn. And Chico is mad far, yo. This is mad far. I met this girl, she drove down from Chico to San Francisco to hang out, and now I'm like, man, Chico's mad far. You don't hear about Kesha anymore, do you? Why after 6 minutes? It keeps the driver engaged, right? You don't want people lulled into thinking that this is a level 4 self-driving car. It's not. Even if it doesn't make mistakes that often, you still need to pay attention at all times because it still does make mistakes at a higher rate than a human. And this is true for every single self-driving system. This is true for Google, this is true for Tesla, this is true for Uber. Would you need more than one camera to drive down disengagements? Yes, probably, but we would at least need a fisheye, right? I think it may be possible to get to level 4 with one really good fisheye and like side radars. Don't buy level T. I don't know what level T is. I'd probably buy it too. I'm a sucker for buying things. I love buying things. Consumerism is great, folks. See, it could be less hard on the brakes there. So you see that situation where the lead, so the car 2 ahead is at a dead stop. I know that the car in front of me isn't going to move anytime soon, so I can get on the brakes even earlier. Right, like a lot of driving smoothly in traffic has to do with predicting what like the cars in your lane are going to do. If you knew exactly what the car in front of you was going to do, say like, you know, a couple seconds ahead, you could drive so smoothly. Freeway is 90% of all driving, that's true. Man, and traffic, like this. I don't know how people do this every day. I have no commute. I live in the office. I don't know how people sit in this kind of traffic. Is drive.ai legit? No. V2V is a joke. If the driver doesn't take control after 6 minutes, the car stops accelerating. So the cruise control stops going. V2V is a joke. V2V is a bigger joke than drive.ai. A16Z is cool. We like A16Z. Zooks! Zooks, man. Zooks. No. So, like, on a scale of legitness, there's probably drive.ai is the most legit out of Zooks, V2V, and drive.ai. Zooks is the least legit. I mean, it's not that, like... it's not even that Zooks doesn't have good people or good tech. It's just that they're never gonna succeed. Like, what they're aiming for is this, like, everyone's gonna be riding around in a Zooks Boz, and, like, I just don't know. Like, you're not gonna, I mean, okay, fine, your valuation is like $2 billion, but, like, if you really are gonna revolutionize all these different parts of, yeah, that's, they're reinventing everything. Have I met Vitalik? Of course I've met Vitalik, yeah. Yeah, Zooks, you can't reinvent everything. At comma.ai, our goal is to own a very small part of the driving horizontal. We want to basically replace the driver with software, and that's it. We don't want to build cars, we don't want to own fleets, we don't want to own matching networks, we want to work with people for that. Mobileye did get a big payday. Why chase or wait for the last 1%? Yeah, so please sell the 90% for the freeway. I mean, we do better than sell it, we give it away, right? So what you see right now, which is just, it's been driving the car, right? Like, I'm paying attention, but it's driving. I'm not doing anything. So yeah, why sell it? It's even better. We don't sell it, we give it away. It is on our GitHub for free. The thing that actually drives the car. What do I think Uber joining auto driving? Uber is hungry. I do admire Uber's hunger. By the way, if you're, if you look at the Neo and you're like, this is too hard to build, you can buy one from a company called NeoDriven. And then installing our software is super easy. Open source, self-driving car. It's not exactly what you see right here. So this is openpilot 0.3. Plans to come to Vegas soon, maybe. What do I think about Waymo versus Uber? I don't know. I just want to see the technology built. Look, see, this guy next to me needs openpilot. He's weaving in his lane. Oh, 6 minutes. If you want, I can show you what happens if you let the 6 minutes run out. So we got a cut in up here. I'm gonna switch back so you guys can see. Uber versus Uber, I don't know. Pleading the fifth in a civil case doesn't look good. I should know. I was involved in a civil case 5 years ago. Yeah. Your lawyers tell you, whatever you do, don't plead the fifth. Who's gonna win? Well, we'll see how much effort people put in. If the bar is where it was last year, we will win. We didn't put that much effort into it. Our car's not really a race car. Our car's not really like a line-following robot. It's a highway cruiser, because 90% of driving is done on freeways, and I'm sure far less than, I'm sure 0.01% of driving is done on racetracks. So I threw something together for the racetrack. Eddie and I were testing it in a mall parking lot a couple nights ago. It was pretty fun. It's better than it was last year. Is it fun to watch the event this weekend as a spectator? I think, yeah. I mean, look, if you're like interested in this stuff, all the absolute best people in the space are there. You know, it's sad that the automakers don't show up, right? They're missing. This is the homebrew computer club of self-driving cars, right? You know, homebrew computer club, Apple One, know your history. Yeah. Well, the Waymo did allegedly. You got to put allegedly in there. Neo's on Subarus. Not that I'm aware of. I think it's been mentioned. Late cut in. Late. Ooh, he really didn't have much room there. I mean, we saw him, but like, can your ILX with Acura Watch do level 2 without a Neo? I mean, how about this? You go try your Acura ILX and you see if you can drive 6 minutes without touching anything. I'm gonna guess that you can go 15 seconds. So while like level 2 stresses, like think about the difference between every other manufacturer and Tesla Autopilot. But here's the thing. It's not like, you know, go buy the Acura. If you're happy with that system, keep it. I thought it was crap. I put in a new system. It's called openpilot. It's free and open source. Runs our Comma Neos, comma.ai, github.com/comma.ai. Check out our GitHub. Also linked from our website, comma.ai. By the way, we were doing .ai before it was cool. Well, not really before it was cool. I mean, like, you go back at like API.ai way back in the day, but now check out vector.ai. Vector.ai is comma.ai clone. See if I can get this to exposure a little better. It's not bad. It's beautiful driving up here. What other self-driving races? And we don't really do races. It's kind of more of a tech demo. The big thing we're going to be showing off is that we got our torque limit really upped. So we can put a lot of torque on the steering wheel now with certain modifications. But yeah, we don't really race. What music should we listen to? Oh, well, Singularity have it. I don't know. What music should we listen to? I'm bored of this Theo 3. I was actually bored of this Theo 3 as soon as I put it on. I like that one song. But, you know, let's put on some OG Lil Wayne. What's the issue with getting the wheel to move with proper force? Well, it's a safety issue, right? If you're increasing the torque limit, like right now my hands are not on the wheel, right? But I'm watching the road, right? And the reason I feel okay doing this is because the torque limit on the steering wheel is really, really low. Even if this thing decided to completely jerk the steering wheel. Yeah, let's switch to some Lil Wayne here. No problem with Chance the Rapper. I don't know if I've heard this yet. Oh, I gotta plug in my phone here. He's now plugged in. And we're about to get to that 6-minute limit again. Openpilot's doing really well today. Some combination of the new model, temperature not being too hot, CPU headroom. Openpilot 0.3 also has some we refactored controls into Controls D and Planner D. A lot with latency and system stability, which is really exciting. And of course, if you have a Neo, you're going to get all of these improvements as soon as Openpilot 0.3 ships. Yeah, so we're about to get to that 6-minute limit again. Touch the wheel a little bit, and we are going again. Oh, here we go. North 505. How does comma.ai plan to make money? Well, yeah, I can show you the Neo in a second, once I feel good doing that. I gotta do some changes now. I gotta get on this exit here. How does comma.ai plan to make money? The joke is that once you have a fully self-driving car, we are going to get Taco Bell to pay us money to, well, say you went to a destination as your grandmother's house, right? And you want to go to your grandmother's house. But because Taco Bell, yeah, we'll deliver people to Taco Bell, right? We'll drop them off, we'll take you right through the Taco Bell drive-thru, and then, you'll just look stupid if you're going to the Taco Bell drive-thru woman, and you're just kind of could I, wait, hang on. Let me pay attention here. You just kind of look stupid if you go to the Taco Bell and, no, I'm not going to order anything. My car took me here. Alright, so hang on, let me pause this little way. It's not what I'm looking for right now. Alright, cool. So yeah, we can re-engage here. Can I show you the Neo? Yeah, I'll show you now. There is the Neo. Let me put my speed up here to 65. Oh, it's 70 here. All right. You go fast. You see those solid green lane lines. The variance is real tight. These lanes, this road is well marked. So we're pretty good here. Is there any concept SEO optimization? For what? What would I do with SEO optimization? I'll show you guys the Neo. You can see now that it's detecting a car in front. Now there's a chance it'll go for this exit, let's see. A little bit of waiver. Sometimes it goes for the exits when they're really well marked like that. We're gonna fix that with some mapping. The moving rectangle surrounding the lane markers, that's the calibration. That's where the neural network is looking right now. Biggest problems with lane markers, not that many. Lane markers are pretty chill. We're also using the Drive PX2 to connect to the LiDAR. So we have expensive sensors on this car as well, but they're not being used to drive the car. They're just being used for assistance with ground truthing, right? If you want a really nicely calibrated camera, use a LiDAR. Why does the car take you to Taco Bell 1 instead of Taco Bell 2? Well, maybe we could have an auction, like Google, where we auction what Taco Bell you go to, right? Whichever Taco Bell bids more. I mean, it's kind of like watching driving, bro. It's kind of relaxing. Taco Bell, I love Taco Bell. Yo, I just got a Whopper, and the Whopper was good, but I also got a chicken sandwich, and I said no mayo, and they put mayo on it, and I really hate mayo. So that's too bad. There's a chicken sandwich with one bite of it. Also compete. There's a chicken sandwich with one bite of it in this bag. All right, let's see if we go for this exit here. And now we're going for the exit a little. Okay, I touched the steering wheel a little bit there. Yeah, if you're driving in the right lane, it likes to go for the exits. So that was our first sort of disengagement. It was a very casual disengagement, you know? It's kind of like one of those disengagements that there's no way it's actually going to cause a problem if you hadn't intervened, but, you know, just always safety is number one. Okay, cool. So let's change lanes here. I'm gonna not disengage the system. I'm gonna move us over to this lane. I'm gonna put the speed limit, the max speed up a little bit, and let's go. Self-driving car videos. So I used to stream on Twitch. I used to live stream hacking on Twitch. And the thing about live streaming hacking on Twitch is Twitch was cool with hacking, but I don't think they'd be cool with self-driving cars because it's not a game. Ironically, I know Kyle Vogt was involved with Justin TV, right? Founder of Cruise. Who, by the way, on the spectrum of legitness, Cruise is above Drive.ai, V2V, and Zoox. OpenPilot can OpenPilot be used in Japan? They drive on the left in Japan, don't they? Yeah, we don't have anyone doing left-hand driving with OpenPilot yet. We filter it out in the training. And the truth is, things like highways, it would probably do okay. How do we handle working with directions with just neural nets? So we're not integrated with directions just yet. Think like Tesla Autopilot, right? We're just go. Take the most probable route. Very soon we will be integrating with directions. We have some internal demos of this stuff, which are quite cool. What are 28 people in here for? I mean, maybe people are hoping for the crash. Why do people watch car racing, you know? No, this thing's incredibly safe. I mean, yeah, the thing about the safety of this device is it is as safe as you make it. As long as you are paying attention and ready to take over at any time, it's never going to, like, jerk the steering wheel. And that's a guarantee. So, yeah, I mean, it's as safe as you make it. Compete with Uber. I missed what you said before. I have no interest in competing with Uber. The thing about Uber is they lose money. Like, Uber loses a lot of money. My next demo video, Taco Bell, busted freestyle. Yo, I love tacos. Hard tacos, soft tacos, big tacos, small tacos, huge tacos, tall tacos. This freestyle? Oh, it's completely auto. I will tell you every time I interact. I almost never interact here. All right, let's example. I'll show my hands for a bit. I mean, just, ugh. All right, fine. Don't focus my camera. Yeah, so I tell you every time I disengage. So let's see. We've had a bunch of the 6-minute limits, and you hear the beep, by the way. If I disengage, you'll hear a beep. Bars for days! We got bars for days! You'll hear a beep if I disengage, and the beep is definitely audible in the video. No fools. It really is driving. Let's see, we had one disengagement due to an exit. We had one disengagement due to a motorcycle. We had a very near disengagement due to a late cut-in, but it wasn't actually a disengagement. I didn't disengage. I have like a internal thing in my head. I know like how long I have. You know, and I make sure that I always have at least a second. My reaction time is way faster than a second, so we're good there. Civic or Acura? I am in the Civic. Sorry, I'm in the Acura. I'm in the Acura ILX. Yeah, so we be cruising. I mean, this is easy driving, right? This is the stop and go stuff before was a lot more complicated than this. We are just cruising on a straight, well-marked highway. This is the kind of stuff OpenPilot lives for. We're in the left lane. We're going 70. This is what OpenPilot lives for. By the way, OpenPilot, I didn't emphasize it enough on the last stream. OpenPilot is free and open source. You can go to our GitHub and you can download it today. I've been asked a couple times. My hands are just tired. Trust me, they're not on the wheel. I'm gonna switch back to the other one. Hands up, you're under arrest. No, I've never had a hands up, you're under arrest. I was arrested once, but I've never had a hands up. What do I think of the Waymo Uber lawsuits? Yeah, I don't know. I just find anything sad that impedes the progress of the technology. I think that there's two very separate claims that Google has made. Claim one is that Anthony Lewandowski stole documents. If this claim is true, that's not cool. Don't steal documents. You have a trust relationship with your employer. Don't do that. Thing two is about patents. I have a very negative opinion on patents. So thing one, if it's true, I hope justice is served. Thing two, Google, don't sue people based on patents, just win. Suing people for patents is for losers. But Google also has built up a lot of goodwill in my book. Google doesn't bring frivolous lawsuits, right? If this were Oracle, right away I'd be like, get out, stop suing people. Come on, Larry Ellison, don't you have enough yachts? But yeah. How does it compare to Tesla Autopilot V2? I would say it's better. I would say it's better than V2. Not quite as good as V1. As much as I rip on them, Mobileye's not that bad. There's much worse out there than Mobileye. Mobileye's new stuff. There's actually a pretty good talk by Mobileye. My position is softening on them over the years. That's just 6 minutes. I just had to show the car I was here, so I touched the steering wheel. And I will tell you that in the interest of complete transparency. I'll show you the video for a second. You want to see what do I get up to when I'm taking a break from comma.ai? I go on dates. I like dates. What else do I do? Yeah. Read neural network papers. Play with other stuff. Does my touchscreen thing record logs? What do you mean by logs? I can show you the touchscreen. Right now I'm using it to record the LiDAR. I was talking on the LiDAR. Does my touchscreen record logs? What do you mean by logs? The Neo records logs. Yeah, this whole trip is being logged right now. And then it's going to be uploaded. It's actually being uploaded as we speak to the cloud. Oh, if you want to work at comma.ai. So absolutely we are hiring. Go to comma.ai. You can see both our open positions page and the sort of people we look for. The bar is very high. We're not a big company. We're a small enterprise, and everyone who works here is super talented. Like the level of talent, trust me. I've interviewed people who work at some of the other self-driving car startups. The level of talent here is unreal. So what are the skills you need? In general, here's how our interview process works after you get past our phone screen. Our operations department does phone screens, and then you sit down with me and you manage to not say anything stupid for an hour. I'll ask you questions about a lot of different stuff. Just like have a basic understanding. What's the head count? That's the one secret. That is the one secret of comma.ai. We don't talk about how many people we are. Yeah. Oh yeah. So things to like learn. I mean, what we really value at comma.ai is shippability, right? So what I look for in people is people who've shipped awesome stuff, people who've won competitions, network papers and ideas that I like. Facebook just came out with a pretty nice video segmentation network. The thing looked absolutely massive and hard to train. But yeah, we could do it. How do you redeem comma points? Well, you earn comma points, and comma points are great. So we are giving out our first ever, we gave out some swag to early comma point holders, but we're doing our first ever big comma point swag giveaway. We're giving away the first comma pandas. If you want to be one of the first people in the world with a comma panda, which is of course, I would have to say, at least within the consumer electronics realm, the most advanced car interface on the market. You'll be able to get things. Your car has a plethora of sensors that you'll be able to get access to with a Panda. So how do you redeem comma points? You earn them, you do well, and we give you awesome stuff. Also, every comma point makes our self-driving car a bit better. So you give us the data, and we give back, well, openpilot, which wouldn't be nearly as good as it was if it weren't for the contributions from all our users. So thank you, users. Especially a special shout out to Old Dirty. Old Dirty is on the comma point leaderboard. He has a comma Neo and a Honda Civic now. He's been getting us so much high-quality training data that we've been using, and that's part of the reason openpilot 0.3 is cruising right now. Hey, check it out. I got a thing. This is just cruising. You guys, like, you have no idea. It feels so safe right now too. Like, it's just, you know, I'm just cruising up the highway. It's doing a better job driving than I could. APAC region. I don't know where that is. After raising VC money and being in charge of people, of course I still have time to hack. This is, I'm very much involved with the day-to-day. Like I said, we hire great people. They mostly manage themselves. Yeah, sure. I mean, it'll work anywhere, right? The Neo doesn't discriminate based on location. It's not like we don't use maps, right? I use Vim, of course. Panda is good for what? I think I just had someone I know pass me in a E63 AMG. Any chance for the public to invest in comma.ai? Not at this time. We're a privately traded company. Oh, what does the Panda do? So the Panda's going to get you access to all the sensors on your car. The Panda's going to get you access to all 4 of your wheel speeds, your steering angle, very precise speed measurements, your odometer, all that stuff. So it's kind of like a cloud dashboard for your car that you can view in the past. Also, if you have an electric car, like if you have like a Nissan Leaf, you can view how much each cell of your battery, how much power it has. What would I do with that access? I mean, it's just, look at this is every one of these ODB dongles and torque, and these messages fade away too fast. I lose them. I think we're about to hit 6 minutes again. You know, here's the joke. Like, we put those videos out and there's disengagements in the videos. Like, we reflect, that's what's real. Like, this is absolutely unstaged and unfake. We are cruising in a, here we go, 6 minutes. Touching the wheel. We're good. Let's get back. People are passing me in the right lane. I'm going fast. I'm going faster than the speed limit. But yeah, we like to cruise responsibly. Why Vim over Emacs? Who knows? Who knows why people make decisions like that? I started using Vim early on and kept using Vim. It just seems lighter weight. I like it. Like, actually, oh, you have problems with Screen. I use Screen as well. I don't use. Actually, the Neo uses Tmux. The Fed's still on my ass. No, not at all. Not at all. Look, a lot of that was fake news. We did get a letter from Nishta. We chose not to sell the product. But the truth is, I'm not sure a product like that works at like a scale of 1,000. So we just decided to open source it instead. And we're slowly building out a network. And hopefully, by the end of April, the end of next month, we will have the second largest network of self-driving cars after Tesla. Yeah, the disengage is so. I'm in the right lane again. I'll switch back and I'll show you. Yeah. Well, I'm going fast. I'm not quite going 85, but ever since the Afro Duck incident, you know. Ubuntu. So yeah, the exits. You have to pay attention pretty much at every exit. It might. It's probably going to want to take this exit. Yep. See, I wanted to take the exit there. That's going to be fixed. Probably not in 0.3, but soon after that. It's really not very annoying. And like, it's not like it ever splits the difference anymore. It picks either the exit or the road. Because the car in front of me took the exit, it decided to take the exit as well. So yeah, disengagements due to exits are one of the big sources of disengagement still on the highway. We'll fix this with maps pretty much. Tesla Autopilot, the old one, had the same problem. They've largely fixed it with their fleet learning. We'll fix it with our fleet learning in the same way. Yeah, no, Ubuntu is usable best chance of winning? Well, my money's on Tesla. My money's on Tesla and winning. Look, take a look. No lane lines. No lane lines. Oh, there we go. There's a disengage. We lost the lane lines for a sec on that bridge. It moved maybe a foot too far to the right, more than I liked. Again, that's one of those disengagements where nothing bad would have happened if I'd let it go, but just for safety and just to really drive identically to a human. Also, every time you do a minor disengagement like that, you train the system. So that was a disengage right there, and you can see it. You can see it beep when I did it. So, no, I'm not driving. Of course not. Fuel on. Fuel on. What? No, I'm not driving. Kind of like the system's driving. Maps localization progress. Okay, so there's a way we can solve no lane lines, and there's a way we can solve. Okay, so maps localization progress, very good, very good. We made great progress this year in finally starting to do it. Let me see. We have an exit coming up. Yep, it's going for that exit. All right. What can you do without lane lines? It can do better. It can do better without lane lines. What we need is kind of more of a look-ahead distance. And what we also need is a bigger box. If you saw that box on openpilot, no, there shouldn't be a law that all roads need lane lines. Humans can drive fine without lane lines. We'll be able to drive fine without lane lines. A lot of times we do okay without lane lines. Just in that case, it happened to be a disengage. The minor disengages like that do a great job to train the system. Yeah, a couple great hires. We hired a phenomenal app developer, Andy. You can follow him on Twitter, AndyH2. He's been responsible for the big improvements to the iOS Schiffer app, and it's mentioned on our forums, which if you haven't signed up, beta.comma.ai. We'll fix the landline thing. Beta.comma.ai, we announced the Android beta. Okay, this guy's going slow. We're going to change lanes here, so my hand's on the wheel. I'm doing a switch. And openpilot is going to do an overtake. Nah, it's out of focus. Yeah, there's always going to be areas with no lane lines. The system right now relies on lane lines a bit too much. We can remove it. We just have to kind of change the way we're doing it right now. Just a little bit. How do you deal with snow? Snow on the road or snow off the road? Snow off the road doesn't matter. Obviously, snow on the road, you should be driving for now. Just like you wouldn't use cruise control in the snow, you shouldn't use something like openpilot when there's snow on the road. Obviously, if there's piles of snow on the side of the road, the car drives fine. It's not looking to there for clues or anything. Upcoming milestones. openpilot 0.3 in probably like a week and a half. It's significant improvement for the people who have 0.2.9. How do other automakers compare? Tesla's the only one that's even close. Tesla might even be better. If you have a V1 Tesla, it's probably better than openpilot. If you have a V2 Tesla, I'd say openpilot's better. And then, of course, if you have a Honda, a Mercedes, a Ford, a GM, they're such jokes that it's not even close. Yeah. I mean, lots of things can cause a disengage. Anytime there's kind of ambiguity. I mean, these disengages, they're not very harsh events. They're mostly like, as long as you're paying attention, you'll be like, all right, you're a little too much to the right. Hang on, let me fix that. Any new tech advancements surprise me? Not really, not lately. I was unsurprised by Go. Probably I would call that the biggest like advancement in tech. Things have been generally following Moore's law. comma.ai is absolutely fine in the rain. We drive very conservatively with distance to the car in front. We hate tailgating. Is self-driving car data about gathering data for the edge cases? I'm more interested in gathering the statistical normal. So I'm going to go back into the right lane here. So I'll watch what I So I put the blinker on, and now I nudge the wheel a tiny bit, and then I can let it go, and it pulls me right back into the lane. The automatic lane change is really easy if you have a good blind spot detector, right? So I am the blind spot detector. We thought about implementing a feature where you could like press the button and it would do the lane change right away, but obviously you'd be responsible for checking your blind spot, so we chose not to do that. If your car has a side radar and you can access it, adding lane changing is near trivial. How can you contribute memory safe languages, more than one camera? Okay. How can you contribute? Simplest way to contribute, go to getschiffer.com or schiffer.comma.ai. Schiffer, think chauffeur with no vowels. It's a tiny chauffeur, Schiffer. Schiffer's our dash cam app. You can mount this on your windshield when you're driving. You can earn comma points, and you can contribute to our data set to help train self-driving cars. If you want to go beyond that, get your hands on a Panda, connect a Panda to your car. It makes the training data more valuable, and it makes the data more valuable to you as well. And if you really want to go all out, get a supported car and get a Neo. And if you have the technical ability, get an unsupported car, get a Neo into a port. What's my opinion on memory safe languages? Exit coming up. Oh, it didn't go for this exit at all. Okay. No disengage there. Udacity's cool. I like Udacity. We got a stopped car up ahead, so I'm just going to change lanes as a courtesy. So my hands are on the wheel. Now I'm going to pull us back. So unlike a lot of other systems, our system doesn't disengage when you use the steering wheel. It's kind of more like a lane keeping assist system. It really is a lane keeping assist system. Oh, support for more than one camera. I'll get there. Don't let me forget. We don't disengage when you touch the wheel. We do disengage when you hit the gas, and I'm surprised more systems don't. If cars are braking when you don't want them to, the natural human response is to hit the gas. So we disengage on gas. We don't disengage on steering. So we still call it like a disengage from a, like when we track this stuff in the back end, but it's not like I actually like disengaged the system. It kept doing the gas and the brake. More than one camera. This guy's going slow, hang on. We're just changing lanes here. Yeah, most of Honda. Okay, so first off, let me get to the more than one camera question. So what we're gonna roll out before you see more than one camera is we're gonna roll out a fisheye lens for an existing smartphone, right? So a lot of times what you want from more cameras is just, I look scared. Scared? A lot of times what you want from multiple cameras is just more view of the road. And a fisheye will get you that. And the advantage to only using a single camera is you're kind of guaranteed synchronization, right? If you have multiple cameras, you got to deal with synchronizing them, you got to deal with calibrating them with respect to each other. Things are just hassles. All right, here we go for a bridge here. Ooh, all right. I'm lowering the speed manually, but openpilot's going to take this turn. This is all openpilot. So I lowered the speed. I lowered the cruise control speed down to 55 to take this turn. It won't accelerate on turns, but I was going faster than I'd like to say on the video. So yeah, this is going to be tricky. Let's see if we can do this, all right? So take a look what's coming up. No, LiDAR is not critical. That is fake news put out by the LiDAR people. I'm actually putting the speed up here. I just put the speed back up to 69. And this was all done by openpilot. All I had to do is press the cruise control buttons. I'm going to do the lane change to the left right now and touch the wheel. No, LiDAR is a joke. Is Eder coming back? You'll have to ask Eder that. Yeah, so it's a function of speed as well. If you have like this car has a slightly upped torque from stock. So this one can do a lot better. Yeah, so we're more than one camera. We're mostly interested in a fisheye and side radars, and I think we can provide a lot of autonomous functionality for that. Multiple cameras right now might just be it'll get you some edge cases, but a lot of your cases can be just dealt with front camera. What unsupported car models? So some of the Hondas, like the Honda CR-V is probably the easiest one to port to. The 2016 CR-V has the same connector as the Civic. The 2017 CR-V has a different connector, but it still has the stuff you're going to need on it. So I would say that's the easiest. Honda Accord has a slightly different steering interface. It uses K-Line, but K-Line is the same thing as Lin. And pro tip, Pandas speak Lin. Can we implement low-speed follow in cars that don't have it? So this car, the Acura ILX 2016, does not have low-speed follow, and openpilot does low-speed follow. But we're actually using a piece of hardware to do this that we haven't released the plans for yet. So publicly, that's kind of hard. We're going for the exit. Not a disengage. I let it go. It went maybe a foot to the right. Saw the exit and was like, nah, just kidding. I don't want to do that. Which model years of Accord? So any Accord, if your car has ACC and LKAS, it's going to be a whole lot easier. Insurance, I don't even know what RM is. Insurance is boring. I mean, I'm happy to like work with insurance companies. I do believe systems like this make driving safer. Maybe like insurance companies, policy discounts, that kind of stuff. I'm happy to work with them, but I don't find the industry particularly enthralling. Now we're going for this exit. Disengage. The ACC and the Accord is actually, yeah, it's fine on the highway. The real test of any ACC system, I'm going to do a lane change to the left because of this truck up here. The real test of any ACC system is its stop and go traffic. The Accord one can't do stop and go traffic. The brakes can work all the way down to 0. The gas pedal does not, and that's what you're going to need some hardware to replace. So we call it the pedal interceptor. We built something that just like intercepts the pedal. Yeah. What's RM? Besides the thingy that deletes things on Linux. Audi. Why do I keep speed? Tailgating. Why do I keep speed? Well, I mean, my cruise control's set at 75 now, right? So I'm pretty happy with that. If someone behind me wants to go faster, so I'm going to change lanes to the right. And let go, and it'll go, it pulls me back. Audi. Yeah, you can probably do Audis. If you have an Audi with, can't throttle over cam below 20. Only the Civic can do that. And a low-speed follow. I think there's low-speed follow shipped on the CR-V. Audi has... Yeah, if you get an Audi with these features, I'm sure you could like pull out their crappy stock camera and replace it with ours. Cars are throttled by wire, but they're not throttled by cam. So the throttle is done by connecting physical potentiometers directly to the, in the Honda it's called the PCM, the powertrain control module. So yeah, you can't control that over CAN, even though it is by wire. Now, it is by wire, so if you want to build something with a bunch of analog to digital and digital to analog converters to intercept the pedal, then you can turn these cars into working low-speed follow machines. That's what we did. We haven't released the plans for that because of questions of safety. It's not that it's like particularly unsafe, but for everything else, so there was an exit, it didn't go for it. Went a little, hit the rumble strip a little. Yeah, we didn't ship it for questions of safety. Not that we feel it's unsafe, it's just that we feel that we're like kind of violent. We're not using the same API the other system is using. So we're kind of like violating that assumption for you. And we don't want to do that until, you know, we're sure we really know what we're doing. It's not like it's gonna mess up, it's just, and if it does mess up, like, everyone knows what to do if you're ever in a car with uncontrolled acceleration, hit the brakes. First try neutral. Neutral's not guaranteed to work because neutral goes into a lot of the same PCM stuff. But the brakes will always be able to overpower the gas on the car. Yeah. And if you're experimenting with any sort of this stuff, what we do is we put pieces of tape on the fuses, and I can pull the fuel pump fuse out quickly if I want to kill the engine. It's kind of like an e-stop if things really get bad. But We've never had to use it. How many employees at comma.ai? That's the one secret of comma.ai. Alright, this guy's going real slow. I'm going to drive for a little bit. Okay, I'm bored with driving. How long before non-ADAS features? So what would you call a non-ADAS feature, right? The thing about non-ADAS features is it's unclear how they're regulated. So right now, all openpilot really is, just like Tesla Autopilot, is an adaptive cruise control and lane keeping assist. I think we could consider things like stop signs and red lights to be part of an adaptive cruise control as well. To go like really beyond that, I'm not quite sure. I'm not like, yeah, that's contingent on a lot of stuff. Where am I driving? I am driving up to self-racing cars. Well, I'm actually driving to a date tonight in Chico. So I'm going to Chico, California. I've never been to Chico, California before. So, yeah, Chico's gonna be fun. How many people have watched all hour of this stream? Just limit non-ADAS to Texas. I mean, we could. Oh, the traditional automakers, it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Especially with their approach, right? Their approach is very similar to Google's approach. And if Google, in 10 years, hasn't been able to solve it, I have no idea how these automakers think they're going to be able to solve it. The automakers, they're a joke. They're really a joke. They're also just politically these behemoth organizations where it's impossible to do anything. I do not see them playing a big role in the future of self-driving. I'd say in the lead right now is Tesla, followed up by Waymo, followed up by, I used to say Uber, but I might say comma.ai now. I'm changing lanes. This is not automatic. Now it's back to automatic. If I ran Waymo, damn, I would put 10,000 of those things on the road tomorrow. I would get them made. I would never have built my own car. So stupid. I would have bought some car that I liked. I would have put 10,000 of them on the road, not with, like, you know, I would have put them on the road with, and I would have taken passengers. I would have put them on the road in Mountain View, and I would have started shuttling passengers around. Right? Obviously, it's still safety driver in the driver's seat, but shuttling passengers. Then you're getting all this disengagement data, you're getting some revenue back from the passengers, you're building up a network like Uber. That's what I would have done. Hey, maybe I don't want to give them too many ideas. But hey, that's not really an original idea. I'm sure they thought of that many times. NVIDIA's cool. Big fan of NVIDIA. Full disclosure, I do own NVIDIA stock, and it made me a lot of money last year. I also shorted Mobileye, and I lost money on that. So, hey, you know, maybe I was wrong about Mobileye. I liked Amanon Shishua's new presentation too. It seems like they're talking about a lot more than like crapping the Leidos chips. V2V is dumb as shit. Okay, let me tell you, you want V2V? Whoop, there's something on the road, and openpilot dodged it a little bit. That's pretty cool. V2V is dumb. You want V2V? I have a camera and you have brake lights, and I will look at your brake lights, and I will decide if you were braking, and that's V2V. V2V with radios makes no sense at all. How does openpilot differ from NVIDIA's solution? So NVIDIA just has a net for steering, I believe. No, 5G doesn't create new possibilities. V2V is dumb as shit. You gotta see my experience. V2V is dumb as shit. It really is. It really is. How do we differ from NVIDIA? Well, NVIDIA doesn't have what we have, right? I had to correct there. I had to correct for that exit. I just do it almost second nature. Oh, we got a big turn. Hands up like a roller coaster. Woo! Big right turn. There's a spot where you pull in the right that says designated. See now? Oh, I wish I could text her back real easy. Tell her watch me on Periscope, you know? It's my date tonight.